Welcome to our video today, where we dive deep into the world of Bitcoin. This isn't just another cryptocurrency we're talking about. Bitcoin is a digital marvel that's reshaping our perception of money. So, let's get down to the nitty-gritty of how Bitcoin functions. Imagine a world where money isn't controlled by banks or governments. That's where Bitcoin comes in. It's a decentralized digital currency that operates on a peer-to-peer network, free from the shackles of traditional financial systems and government authorities. But what makes this peer-to-peer network so special? The answer lies in a groundbreaking technology known as the blockchain. Think of the blockchain as a massive, secure ledger shared among multiple users. This ledger comprises blocks, each storing information about transactions, addresses, and so much more. And when a new transaction happens, it gets added to a block. But how do these transactions get added to the blockchain, you ask? That's where the concept of mining enters the scene. Mining is the process of validating transactions and creating new blocks. Miners, who use specialized hardware, compete to solve complex mathematical puzzles to add a block. And the first one to crack the puzzle gets rewarded with Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin's protocol adjusts the difficulty of these puzzles to ensure a steady block creation rate of about 1 every 10 minutes. This system has become more challenging over time, demanding more computational power and energy. To make the whole process even more intriguing, Bitcoin has a mechanism called halving. Like clockwork, every 4 years the mining reward is halved, reducing the number of new Bitcoins entering circulation. This scarcity is designed to mimic precious metals like gold. So how do you interact with Bitcoin? For that, you need a wallet containing public and private keys. Just like an email address, public keys are used for receiving Bitcoin, while private keys are used for authorizing transactions. In conclusion, Bitcoin is more than just a digital currency. It's a revolutionary technology that's changing the way we deal with money and transactions. Whether you're a tech enthusiast or an investor, understanding the basics is key. So, join us as we explore the inner workings of Bitcoin and how it all comes together. So what is Bitcoin and how does it work? At its core, Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency. It operates independently of any central authority, powered by a peer-to-peer network of its users. The magic behind this system is a technology known as the blockchain. Imagine a blockchain as a giant public ledger. This ledger is composed of individual blocks, and each block contains a list of all transactions that happened within a specific time frame. This structure ensures transparency and security, as the information is distributed and stored across the network, making it nearly impossible to tamper with. Now, every time a Bitcoin transaction happens, it's recorded on this public ledger. These transactions are grouped together and added to a new block. This block is then linked to the previous one, forming a chain of blocks, hence the term blockchain. When a new transaction occurs, it's added to a block. But how do transactions get added to the blockchain? Well, that's the job of a process known as mining. Picture it as a grand puzzle-solving competition. Miners from around the globe, equipped with specialized hardware, race against each other to solve a complex mathematical problem. This problem is tied to a group of transactions waiting to be confirmed. Once a miner solves this problem, they effectively validate a block of transactions, which is then added to the blockchain. This process is a crucial component of the Bitcoin network, ensuring its integrity and security. It's the miners' efforts that keep the Bitcoin network ticking along smoothly, validating and recording our transactions. But what's in it for the miners, you ask? Well, their efforts aren't for naught. The first miner to solve the puzzle and validate the block is rewarded with a prize, a certain number of Bitcoins. This is the allure that keeps the mining competition fierce and the Bitcoin network robust. The first one to succeed receives a Bitcoin reward. Bitcoin's protocol adjusts the difficulty of mining to maintain a consistent block creation rate. This unique aspect ensures a steady flow of new Bitcoins into the system. But how does it work? Well, the Bitcoin protocol is designed to create a new block approximately every 10 minutes. This timing isn't random, it's carefully calibrated to balance the need for security and the desire for efficiency. As more miners join the network, the computational power increases, which could potentially speed up block creation. To prevent this, the Bitcoin protocol automatically adjusts the difficulty of the mathematical puzzles that miners must solve. The more miners there are, the harder the puzzles become, keeping the block creation rate stable. Now you might be wondering, what happens to the Bitcoin reward that miners receive? Well, that brings us to a fascinating aspect of Bitcoin's protocol known as halving. Just like the name suggests, Halving is the process of cutting the miner's reward in half. This event occurs approximately every 4 years, or more precisely, every 210,000 blocks. The first halving event took place in November of 2012, reducing the miner's reward from 50 bitcoins to 25. The most recent halving in May of 2020 cut the reward to 6.25 bitcoins. But why does Bitcoin halve? It's all about scarcity. There will only ever be 21 million bitcoins in existence. Halving is a way to control the supply of new bitcoins entering the market, which helps to maintain its value. By reducing the reward, the rate at which new bitcoins are created slows down. This scarcity is designed to mimic precious metals like gold. Just as there's a finite amount of gold in the world, there's a limited number of bitcoins. This scarcity, combined with increasing demand, is what gives Bitcoin its value. So, while mining might get harder and the rewards smaller, the value of those rewards could potentially increase over time. And there you have it. The protocol and halving mechanism are key components of Bitcoin's design, ensuring its security, efficiency, and value. As we navigate the digital age, understanding these aspects of Bitcoin becomes ever more essential. Now, how do you interact with Bitcoin? Well, let's demystify that. To transact with Bitcoin, you would need a wallet. But this isn't your typical leather wallet that you carry around. A Bitcoin wallet is a digital interface that allows you to manage your Bitcoin. It's like your personal bank account, but for Bitcoin. So what's inside this digital wallet? It contains two integral parts known as keys, public and private keys. You can think of these keys as your email address and password, respectively. Your public key is like your email address. It's the address that you give out to people to receive Bitcoin. It's public, and it's completely safe to share. When someone sends you Bitcoin, they are essentially sending it to this public key. On the other hand, your private key is like your email password. It's meant to be a secret. This key is used to authorize transactions, meaning you use it to send Bitcoin. If someone gets access to your private key, they can send your Bitcoin to themselves. Just as if someone has your email password, they can send emails pretending to be you. Now, it's essential to understand the significance of these keys. Your public key is derived from your private key through a complex mathematical algorithm. However, the reverse isn't true. You can't figure out the private key from the public key. This one-way function is what makes Bitcoin secure. So when you're setting up a Bitcoin wallet, remember that you're essentially generating a private key. Your wallet will automatically create your public key, which you can freely share. But remember to keep your private key secure. If you lose it, there's no way to recover it, and you lose access to your Bitcoin. In conclusion, Bitcoin wallets are digital interfaces that manage your Bitcoin. They contain public keys for receiving Bitcoin, and private keys for authorizing transactions, much like an email address and password. So keep your private keys secure, and enjoy the world of Bitcoin. There are two types of wallets, custodial and non-custodial. In the realm of Bitcoin, these wallets hold your public and private keys. Custodial wallets are often provided by cryptocurrency exchanges or other third-party services. They manage your keys for you, taking care of the technical aspects while providing a user-friendly interface. However, this convenience comes at a cost. You're essentially entrusting your keys, and by extension your Bitcoin, to another entity. On the flip side, non-custodial wallets put you in the driver's seat. You're responsible for managing and securing your keys. While this control provides more security, it also demands more responsibility. Lose your keys, and your Bitcoin is gone forever. Transacting with Bitcoin involves entering the receiver's address, your private key, and agreeing to a transaction fee. Miners then step in to verify and process these transactions. Upon successful verification, the Bitcoin is transferred. This concludes the transaction process, an integral part of the Bitcoin experience. In conclusion, Bitcoin is more than just a digital currency. It is an innovative technology that is transforming our understanding of financial systems and transactions. We've explored how Bitcoin operates on a blockchain, a secure and distributed ledger, and how mining plays a crucial role in validating transactions and creating new blocks. We've delved into Bitcoin's protocol and its unique halving mechanism, which controls the supply of new Bitcoins. We've discovered the role of Bitcoin keys and wallets in managing your Bitcoin and how transactions are processed in the Bitcoin network. Whether your interest lies in the technology behind Bitcoin or its potential as an investment, a solid understanding of these basics is vital. The world of Bitcoin is complex and ever-evolving, but hopefully, this exploration has shed some light on its core concepts. Thanks for joining us today.